Okay. I'm drawing buildings and shapes of buildings with the white windows. Nothing in the windows. With the windows, it's like eyes in a way. If you really look at them, it's like the white of the eyes. You know, have people in the center, symbolizes unity, community, sense of community, coming together as one, praising the hands of my symbol, with the hands touching, lifting one another up, and the colors like blue, a contrast of blue, blue and color like a purple blue, and the building is like on the spirit, how I did it. I see building, building could be any color. You look at buildings. Our community unity and building strong community sort of idea. Taking care of oneself and really talking about the mind, coming from the mind, the spirit world. Then the natural world you see it. You see the spirits that come from within, and everything fell in place. I'm working and never know somebody else is doing something. There's other people doing different things. Then you see somebody else work, so wow, that's their idea. Then put our ideas together, and
now, as Leon said about the spiritual realm, now here's a picture that I've done, which is based on a spiritual realm of a different form. Now this is called a celestial dimensional being, and basically it was created by the same forces that created all creation. But the difference is that these creatures existed long before man's world and universe was even in existence. They traveled in between the very fabric of time and space itself, and they watched the very fact of creation before our world was made. They watched it being born, and all through that creation, they simply watched it and observed it until one day they came across me. In terms of my existence, they followed me to Earth when I had an accident and got here. One of them came here and became kind of like a playmate with me in order to keep an eye on me. So I'm growing up as a child and I have one of these things stuck in my head, pretending to be something imaginary. So they were there playing with me. And the thing is that when you look at Leon's picture on the spiritual level of the people joining hand to hand on kind of a pedestal thing, it has a similarity to something you see in my drawing, because the eyes in there look like a very archway that stands between here and that, and the people. And when I do this one,
right, I've had an arch.
Yeah, I do a picture like that, and there was a great big eye beaming a big focus of energy down to Earth on one spot in the United States, and that spot was where I happened to be. So they're watching over me, just like there's a greater force, look like in this picture, watching all these people standing on this arch and all these buildings. So my creature is kind of like my arch. They set this one kind of like as a guide to me. So while I'm doing all my work, I won't make the what they call the taboo mistakes and the big oopa, which could cause a lot of trouble if I do it wrong. So this is one of my creatures. This is her name. I'm gonna try to pronounce it, but it's kind of difficult. It's quad zinc not quick not tech. Oh boy, that's a big lobe of the tongue. But anyway, that's what I just call her quads, because she's, as you know what quad means, all those eyes. She got her eyes on me all the time.
I'll see your eye.
You all see your eye, and when it's a female one, you gotta believe she got her eyes on you, waiting for that mistake to happen.
I told you so. That's I was. I told you not to do that mistake.
Oh yeah, she's looking for mistakes.
Right.
And when I make them, she really lets me know in big time that I've done it.
I told you so.
I told you not to do it that way. Do it the way I told you.
No, listen.
She thump your head and say, next time do it that way.
The hard head.
Yeah, people think me in a hard head all the time. And they're probably white. Because men have a tendency to do this the hard way. Women try to take the easy way around. Men, they gotta do it the macho way. If it ain't the macho way, it's a sissy way.
I'm a man.
I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a man.
I'm a man in the house.
Yeah.
They got a 5-year-old say he's a man.
Yeah, you gotta be the dog.
He's not a man. He's 5 years old. He's not.
But these creatures, they're kind-hearted creatures. They try to tolerate anything you do. I mean, in fact, I don't pull a lot of mistakes that she's been good about. I mean, when people look at my picture and call her, that's a real monster you got there. I say, yeah, she's a real weird one. It hurts her feelings because I didn't defend her, kind of defend her honor when I say that. So I had to be more careful of that because she grumps for a few days when I do that. And, you know, I had to make a big fuss over her, otherwise she just really grumpy. And being a cosmic creature, she can throw a real hissy fit. I didn't even say that because that's gonna make her upset.
That's like the universe, the cosmic force.
Always watching and waiting. So remember, when you see these two pictures somewhere along the line, think about the forces that made them. They are the forces, and we are the ones who do them. So
okay, force be with you.
And peace, and you and you too, harmony.
And unity, community unity.